Once, there was sunshine.
A sprawling continent and people full of life.
Though there was war and hardship.
We knew there'd always come a dawn.
But that was 100 years ago.
And this is now.
Now there is the dusk, a choking miasma of shadow and fear. It keeps us from straying outside of Ithaca, of finding out if there's anyone else out there.
And inside of town, well, we'd be lost without the sunstone. No one knows where it came from, but one day it fell from the sky, giving us a tiny sliver of what there was before.
And now, when we go to sleep at night, it's different.
There are new days, sure.
But there will never, ever be a new horizon. Episode 2. A couple of high-altitude fights.
Hello, and welcome to Triple Crit, a D&D podcast where whether we critically hit or we critically miss, we do it together as a family.
Yeah.
My name is... My name is Dellan, your egotistical dungeon master. I will be making the sandbox that we all will be playing in.
My name is Emiko. I will be playing Daiya Yamada, who is a tiefling artificer fighter, and I'm eating the sand in that goddamn sandbox. I'm just shoveling it in there.
It's so brainy.
It's so great.
Yeah.
The texture is awful.
Yeah, a little tongue exfoliation. My name is Katie. And I am playing Blossom Nebron, your favorite tiny little cowgirl. And I think I'm maybe gonna poop in the sandbox. You know, I'm gonna take a little dump in there. You know,
wait, check my teeth. Is there anything in my teeth?
Is there anything in your teeth?
Well, I do know that Katie's been skipping her regular Imodium pills, so it might be a little liquidy mixing in with.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Helps with the texture.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, I did forget. I'm gonna let you know, Emiko. I was confused, but now I do understand that this is a problem. I'm pooping in the sand, and you're eating the sand.
And I'm eating the sand.
Yes.
This is a terrible thing, and I didn't realize when I said I was pooping in the sand that you were also eating it.
And did anybody think about how eating and pooping in the sand that I have provided is maybe hurtful to me and my sand?
If you didn't make the sandbox for us to eat and poop in it, then why'd you have it at all?
And if you paid for sand, you're a sucker.
Fair.
It's free.
Yeah,
go
thank
outside.
God I stole all that sand. You're right. I just gotta go down the street.
You just go outside, dude.
Sand.
You didn't need to buy a bunch of bags of sand.
No, I didn't.
Sand cannot. Hey, Dellan, if I know anything, sand cannot be contained to a box.
That's true.
Stop trying to put sand in a box.
That's true, because I took off my shorts the other day and a bunch of sand did fall out of it. And that is true, because Katie and I went to the beach. And I still haven't swept my bedroom
and
floor.
some could say it was trapped in some sort of box.
Oh, we can't get into this whole what is a box debate again. We'll never play D&D ever.
I know. Sorry.
I know. We're on Discord right now. We're in a box.
It felt like Emiko went, here you go. Want a home run? Here, it's right here for you.
Well, it's because Emiko's a great friend.
Oh, I can't. I'm
Truly.
dying already.
We all know this.
One thing Emiko's going to do is set me up for success.
And it's
true.
I never know about it, is the thing. I always set it up and I never know it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I'm always going to be around here to poop in the emotional sandbox.
Yeah, just another white man climbing on the backs of POC. All right.
Oh, God. I always said you're one of the good ones, you know? I've always said that.
And you've always said that.
I've always made you say that.
That's true. He pays me $5 to let him say that.
I do. You can check my Venmo history, and it's regular transactions to Emiko.
Just the same $5 over and
in
over and over again.
$5.
All right, let's dive on in after talking about some boxes and the problem with America today. Let's jump into a recap of our last session, our last episode. So, last episode, we met our party. Daiya, Yamada, a young artificer from the Yamada family, and Blossom Nebron, a less than honorable saleswoman in Ithaca. Spending lots of time getting to know the various members of the Yamada family proved helpful in learning that one of the Yamada family members, Kel Gallinadel, has still not returned from an assignment that they left on about 2 weeks ago. And then after dealing with a few unsavory customers, among which was Blossom's own Aunt Bitsy and her assistant Tom, she was then greeted by an old acquaintance, Tamber Vainshade, who brought her a contract. Daiya, in the company of her Aunt Naomi, made their way to the caravan with their own contract to stock up on supplies, and here our PCs met with some tensions from Naomi to Blossom, as Blossom had previously sold her some less than useful wares. Of course, the lure of adventure and curiosity drew Daiya to Blossom, and the desire to let Daiya learn her own lessons pulled Naomi back, as Daiya and Blossom got to know each other a bit better. Daiya, in the company of her aunt, and Blossom then met later in the evening at a fence guarding the Sunstone. There they were greeted by Tamber and his Stone Genasi son, Brock, and his golem, Stephen. Together, the party of four ascended toward the Sunstone. In the dim cast light from the Sunstone stood Willa Brimstone, CEO of Brimstone Mining Company and the leader of the town of Ithaca. She explained to the party that she is concerned about what happened to the smaller group that she sent to investigate the Lux Stone, or the north side of the mountain. They have now been gone for about 2 weeks, but have only been no contact for about a week since the Sunstone flickered, causing all of the Lux Stones in town to flicker as well and go out temporarily. Without much time to waste, she then created a tunnel using Dwarven magic to ease their travel to the other side of the mountain, explaining to the group that they have 48 hours to either find bodies or answers. The party then descended into the tunnel, and that is where we pick up now. So, as you are all making your way through the tunnel, the soles of your shoes meet the stony floor of the mountain pass as you feel a chilling breeze caress your skin. Carrying on that breeze, the sound of mining equipment. Pickaxes meet stone, and every other hit, a ping that rings with magical tone. The sound of luxodite being mined. The comforting light of the Sunstone is now a distant memory, and before you, more wet cave tunnel lit by dimly powered Lux stone lamps. As you approach the other side of the mountain, the exit of the tunnel. Go ahead and roll me perception checks.
Ah, shit. Already?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Right off the rip.
Oh my god, I don't even remember
it's
if
a
I'm good at
19 on the
perceiving.
die.
I knew it. You know what? I manifested. I put bad energy into the dice. I got a 7. It's my
I got
fault.
a 22.
7 and a 22.
I wasn't looking, is the thing. I wasn't looking.
Aren't you really small?
I'm little. I'm real little.
That makes sense.
I'm a
You're real
gnome.
little. How are you supposed to see things? You're real little. Infamously,
Yeah.
we all know that short people can't see things.
I say
Yeah.
that about myself all the time.
It's true. You do say this.
Well,
about
I
yourself.
think it's probably my big wide-brimmed hat. I think it's more the fact that I look so cool and awesome does make it harder to see.
Right.
You see that Brock looks to you in your wide brim hat and he goes, "Oh, flick. Can I get one of those?"
Do you see 2 on my head?
No.
Then you can't get one.
Oh, okay. You see Brock, who is now in his spectral young boy elephant form, is kind of riding on the shoulder of a loosely walking Brock. He had Stephen. He had originally embodied and joined inside Stephen, but has kind of turned on what seems to be like an autopilot mode as he rides alongside Stephen. With your perception checks, regardless of how high you rolled, you both would see this laid out before you, as well as Naomi and Brock would see this as you reach the exit of the cave. You would see that the north side of the mining town of Ithaca, referencing the north side of the mountain, is a much more quaint place in general. Most of the buildings are going to be a lot more low-key, a lot smaller, lots of cottages, a lot more distance between all of these spaces. The outskirts of the south side of Ithaca, where you both hail from, is more reminiscent of how all of the north side looks, where there's just a little bit more space in between all the houses. But from this distance, standing on the edge of the mountain, on the wall of the mountain, you would be able to see all of the north side. And immediately, the first thing that would click in your mind is that half of the north side town lights are off completely. You would see that the other half, the kind of, I would say the eastern side of town, the lights are off. The western side of town, you would see that they're on. You would notice that they're not like, it's not any sort of bright lights. It's these dim luxstone lights, right? It's this artificial attempt at creating light. So it's not impressive or blinding that it's coming from one side, but I would say that it makes it so much more apparent that the other side is completely turned off.
With my 22, can I notice that Brock had that conversation and I feel bad for him because he was a child? And I'm just going to turn to him and I'm just going to go, I think maybe somewhere in town there's somewhere we can find you a hat.
Oh, like a friggin', like a store?
Like a store. Or we could find someone to make it for you. Wait, if
you
you're
think
in
there's a
spectral
hat
form,
store?
can you make yourself a hat?
I never even thought to try. You see, he starts to focus really hard and kind of put his hands out in front of him to see if he can make a spectral hat appear.
Roll for hat.
I'm gonna roll for hat.
Performance.
Yeah.
Okay, he got an 11, which my DC was gonna be 10 because it feels like not a lot to create a hat. And you watch as he forms a little hat, and you see that it's a little cap with a propeller blade on the top.
Oh, so cute. I pretend to try to turn it, and I can't, but like, because he's spectral, but like, I'm like...
You see
like,
he spins it for you and goes, "Don't worry, I'll help you out."
There you go, yeah, look, I'm doing it.
That's cool. Thanks for inspiring me to make a hat.
Well,
you see he
welcome.
runs...
Now we don't have to go spend money.
Oh, so true. I don't even have money.
You fucking Christ.
I remember all the money that his dad gave us beforehand, and I'm like, I wonder where that went.
Well, he didn't give it to me.
Oh, right. Who did he give that to? I look at Naomi, and I'm like, who did he give the money to?
Naomi's holding a giant sack of gold.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay,
and
good.
Goes,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it. I'm holding on to everybody's money. It's fine.
That's really smart.
You would notice, Daiya, that as you have emerged from the cave and you're kind of looking to either side of you are the sheer steep walls of the mountain, the sides of the mountain, the cliffs of the mountain, if you will. And you would notice that to your right, there are a series of belays and hooks in the mountainside that still have ropes and some, I don't know what they're called, latches. I don't know what the word is.
Carabiners?
Carabiners. They have carabiners kind of attached to them.
Oh, I know a carabiner.
Do you?
The gay people are answering now.
Oh, yeah.
I've worn several on my belt.
I was about to say, as a Brooklyn living WLW, do I know about a carabiner? Great.
I
sick.
used to live in Bushwick.
Sick.
I know what a carabiner is.
Yeah, guys, there's been lesbians here. I've intuited.
What?
I've intuited there's been lesbians here on this mountain.
Oh my
True.
God.
In addition to the lesbian ballets and carabiners that you see sporting
They're in
bright,
the colors.
colorful, robe.
They're pink and orange and white. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blossom salutes them.
You would notice as Blossom salutes them that you would be able to kind of turn to your left and see that there is a sheer and narrow but still walkable path that has lights leading along the side of the mountain. And you would know just from where you crossed over on the south side of the mountain that these are probably leading to the north side entrances to the mine.
Okay. And I'm thinking that like these belays and ropes are from people coming down the mountain from like the top to get over.
They look like it. They definitely
Okay.
look like they would, as you can kind of, as far up as you can see, they're lodged in the mountain. And then I would say that as you look down and track them down, you notice that they lead off to the side, going towards the dark side of town.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we have a path to go. Right?
Looks lacking.
Since we don't have to go to the hat store anymore.
That was never on the agenda.
I look at Brock and I wink and I'm like, it was on my agenda.
Okay.
Naomi, is this the right way?
Naomi looks to the both of you and says, there's two right ways, I suppose. Both would get us down. One of them is probably going to be more people focused, as she points to the pathway that leads with lights. And she points to the belays and said the other one seems to be a little more precarious, but gets us straight down to maybe a problem. As you see, she points to the dark side of town. Would both of you make investigation checks for me?
Oh, okay. That was a 10. I got a 14.
And I got a 6. I don't know shit about dip.
What is so distracting to Blossom?
Blossom's just here for the paycheck. She's acting her wage.
Blossom, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no! Why? For why?
Oh no.
I got a 19.
Okay, so Blossom, you are less so distracted by anything like alarming or weird, but probably by the silence of this place. It's something that you are aware of when you go out to the dusk and you are adventuring, that there is moments or pockets where there's quiet, but there are also, because of the dusk and what it does to people and things, you would be anticipating hearing some sort of noise, whether that's an ambient screech or breathing that feels like it's right behind you. What you're hearing right now is nothing but wind kind of blowing past you on the side of the mountain. So I would say your distraction, your inability to really pick up on these details is probably just from, it's like, this is a different feeling than you have ever had in the places that you have adventured or searched. Daiya, you would notice now that your aunt is pointing down to the town, barely you would see the buildings in the town, and you would notice that there's almost like a film over them. There's a dark, hazy cloud weaving in between the streets, and it almost looks like there's wind currents. It's like showing you where the streets would be, but you can't make out any discernible details in the streets.
A miasma, if you will.
A miasma. If I may.
What is that, Dragon Ball Z? Is that what they always use that?
No idea what a miasma is, but
there's an anime that always is like, the miasma.
It sounds so intelligent, and I'm stealing it.
I look at the miasma, and I look at Naomi, and I go, I have a feeling we have to go in there. I don't necessarily want to, but also, we have a mission, and I want to complete the mission.
We do.
Even though I feel like walking in there will be gross.
we do have a mission. I would say that it would be weird if they had gone no contact, that they were in the light side of town. So, yeah.
What if they're just having a lot of fun?
You think they've been on a week-long bender?
Oh, I don't know. People do that all the time, right? Right? I look at Blossom. People do that all the time, right? They go on benders.
Why are you looking at me for what?
All right.
Okay, I just gotta ask. Why are you looking at me for the bender question? I'm
Well, you just seem
respectable.
more. No, it's not.
You have a
no,
type. You look a certain way.
No, you just look like more worldly than me or Auntie Naomi and Brock is.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that she looks more worldly than me?
I'm just saying because we found her like in a caravan, and you live with us in our little.
I will say it did
homestead.
sound like that, Naomi. If the shoe does fit, I'll just say it.
I go over to the wall and I'm fiddling with a carabiner. I'm like, I didn't mean it like that.
You start to fiddle with a carabiner. You notice that Brock is kind of looking down, and he says, "So, you say we have to go into the dark?"
Yeah, I think so. But I can hold your hand the whole time if you want.
Wait, are you scared of the dark? We live in a world with no light.
I don't like the dark, but I'm not scared of it. I just don't like it.
Because it's scary?
Well, yeah, cause it's scary, and also there's things out there. But Steven is not scared of the dark.
Well, that is very nice. I like that you have Steven there to have and to hold during the darkness.
Forever and ever.
All right.
You see that as Daiya, you're messing with the carabiners, you would notice that there are lots of kind of hold spots where you could either latch yourself in and kind of belay down the mountain, or you could just straight up grab onto the rope and ride it down if you would like to.
I think I walk up to Daiya and I go, "Is that the path we're picking?"
Oh. Well, we're already on. Wait, we're on the other side, right? We just have to go pick a path to walk. We don't have to go back up the mountain.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to take one of the carabiners off and put it on my pack. That's just already filled with so much shit. And I'm just going to like put it next to all the little other bits and bobs that I have. Just as like another extra little thing. Part of me really wants to do the light side of town, because like that would be kind of like a nice way to start the mission. But also I do think that would probably be less productive. So we should go to the darkness.
I mean, listen, kid, this is kind of your adventure, you know? I mean, you're the one who really wanted to be here.
I guess. Yeah. Okay, darkness. Darkness ho!
Darkness. All right.
You say darkness ho, and you watch as Naomi latches in and jumps and just like descends. You watch as she then latches back onto the mountain and starts to belay slowly down and says, "Let's go. We only have 48 hours." And descends lower and lower.
Yeah, I follow. But I do it really carefully. I don't like let go and I fall. I like really gingerly like walk down the mountain.
I look at Brock and I go, "See you down there, kid." And then I wild shape into a spider and I crawl vertically down.
You
the,
pass
the
me
side
and
of
I'm
the
just
mountain.
like, ah!
You watch as Brock jumps into his stone form, and he goes, "Cannonball!" poof, and jumps. And you watch as he just like slides past you, is not even clipped in. You watch as he dissipates into the dark smoke at the bottom, poof, and lands on the ground. And as each of you descend to the bottom, you start to make your way into the kind of darker side of town. As you do, I would like to throw out a query, I suppose, because it's probably something we should have talked about beforehand, but I don't remember if we did last session or not. But do you think that your character has, you know that you were going into the dusk, so you have some sort of probably dusk protection. What does that look like for each of your characters? There's lots of different forms of like different types of gas masks, or even as simple as like an N95 type cloth mask. You know, like there's different forms of protection that people employ. So what are the kinds of protection that you believe your characters would employ?
I think Daiya has an overly engineered mask that she made herself from like all the bits and bobs like on her side of the workshop. I think like her dad probably showed her like one of like his from like a while ago, like when probably he would go to, I don't know if he does now or not, but maybe he has gone into the dusk and he was like, look at this thing. And then she took that and she was like, I'm going to make my own. And then she did, but she really over-engineered it. So, like, it's, like, full, like, bottom face covering. Like, it wraps around her whole head. And there's, like, little valves and stuff that, like, is, like, filtering out different kinds of, like, oxygen levels and stuff. And also it's, like, painted and it's got, like, little baubles on it. That's just, it kind of makes noise when it, like, everything she does, it kind of just makes noise.
Okay.
It's Darth Vader.
Yeah. And she has to talk like this.
Oh no. I think that Blossom has what looks just more like a kerchief or neck gaiter kind of thing that doesn't look like much, but probably actually has like a good amount of like filtering stuff that's like sewn into it. Because she's kind of like old hat at the dusk, but she's also like not very like all the bells and whistles. And I think that she also has a pair of like goggles that she'll put over her eyes. And I think that those are the two main forms of protection. I think that she also puts on like some gloves and stuff when she's like going to be really out in the dusk for a long time. Yeah, but I think that that's probably what she's got. Rocking.
And so is this for Blossom, does this mesh with her different wild shape forms, or does she do something different?
A bird with a mask on it.
Ooh, that's a great question. I think that probably that's also, I think that there's some animals that it just won't work with, but she doesn't usually spend long enough in a wild shape form, I think, for it to, because any damage you take in a wild shape form, it's just once you're dead, you just turn back into you. So I think that usually you have to be in the dusk for a long time to feel the effects. And she's just, again, she's not spending like 5 straight hours as an animal. But I think that that's another reason the neck gaiter is like kind of nice, because if she turns into like a dog or a cat, she can like tighten it or loosen it and still keep it on.
When you shapeshift, does the hat stay on too?
I think that it is like a. I feel like we can't get too bogged down with what happens to all of Blossom's clothes.
I just like the thought of like a big bird wearing a hat, because I just think that's funny.
No, the hat disappears, which is fucking sad. I know. So right now I'm a giant wolf spider, and I'm not wearing a little hat.
Daiya's a little disappointed that the hat is not on the big ass spider.
Fair. Okay, so as you have all descended into the mist, I would say that you also noticed that Naomi has put on a mask for herself. Her mask is very slim. It covers like just her nose and her mouth. And you see it's got some like whirring little techno bits on the side that keep it kind of suctioned to her face. It's very slim, sleek, steampunk type business. And you would also notice that she has put on some kind of goggles or specs to help keep from anything getting in her eyes.
I think after seeing everybody else having goggles, I put on my work goggles, my everyday work goggles.
Let's
For
all wear
sure.
goggles and not tell Daiya.
I get to the bottom and I'm like, hey!
It's all right. You see
fuck?
Naomi's looking for an extra pair of goggles. She's got some that look just like hers if you'd like them, and she holds them out to you.
I'm wearing my everyday. No, it's fine. I wear my everyday ones. Those are.
All right. You see that Brock is in this golem form, and you see that he is kind of moving through the mist, and you watch as the mist is moving past him. You get the sense that in this form, there's no sort of like protection needed. Seems like this type of living creature operates on a different rule set, and it seems like the rock and stone that his body is made of cannot be affected by this dusk. The dusk is heavy as you have moved through it, and you are now standing in the dusk. You see that the dark side of town has been completely overtaken by it. It is thick, like sludge, moving through it, but it is transparent enough to see in front of you and see like a decent distance in front of you. Think like a little less than like a really thick fog in like an old British crime drama. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've all been in one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, like a Jack the Ripper scene, but not as thick. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm wearing a Victorian petticoat, and
So as you feel you're moving through it, you would notice and feel that your movement is slowed as long as you're in the dusk. And it takes a lot more effort to move through. For
like that.
mechanical purposes, as long as you all are in the dusk, your movement is halved.
I can only walk 15 feet.
You only walk 15
That's like
feet.
nothing.
I'm a spider. How many can I walk? I'm crazy.
I don't know.
A slowed spider
I
is a
can
very
only-
funny visual.
Oh, wait, no, that's for little spider. I'm a big spider right now. I'm a giant wolf spider.
Oh,
So I can go 20 feet.
heard.
Because I got so many legs.
Yeah, it helps you move a little bit more.
Yeah.
Normal. As you've now
Mhm.
reached the bottom of the mountain, would each of you give me either nature or investigation checks? You'd be looking for different things. What you roll on these will determine looking for different things. But I would say those are the two checks.
Daiya wants to look and see if there's any people.
Yeah, give me a nature check.
I think. Well, I have better investigation. Can I do that?
I'd say if you're looking for living life forms in this scenario, nature check is going to be what we use.
Okay, I got a 12.
I got an 18 for nature.
Heard. So both of you are looking through the dusk, and you're kind of at just the base and the outskirts of town where it goes right up against the mountain. And you start to kind of make your way into the streets to kind of see who's there, what's here. The silence, the quiet that you were experiencing up the top of the mountain has kind of dissipated. And you have started to hear various sounds. Unsure of where they come from within the dusk, but you would know that there are the sounds of like heavy breathing, some snarling, or like louder, wetter sounds, right, of whatever living creatures. You would see that all of the homes, all of the buildings here, the walls and the windows and the doors seem to be left open, windows broken, houses seem to kind of be in shambles, and any sort of nature that would have been growing here, trees, start to seem mangled, and they start to kind of take over the nearest structures by them. Blossom, you would notice just barely sticking out from the corner of a building, probably a block or so away, you can see the like silhouette of a foot sticking kind of up as if around a corner there was the rest of the body attached to that foot.
Katie has a
Mhm.
lore world building question.
Yeah, please go ahead and ask.
So this settlement, half of it is in the light and half of it is in the darkness.
Yeah.
Is it like when the sun went out and then the sunstone struck, half of the town was cut off? Or is this the dusk is starting to creep?
No, that's a great question. You would know that when the sunstone landed, so when the sunlight went out and it never came back, everywhere was dark, with the exception of the sunstones when they landed, and then all the time in between there, light cantrips, those types of things were the only way that people experienced light, or campfires, those types of things. The south side of town, where the sunstone landed, it experiences a form of artificial natural light. It's as close to natural light as you can get with sunrises and sunsets, that type of rotation with what's emitting from the sunstone. After a few years of the sunstone being there and being able to connect the sunstone to other forms of power and then make the lux stones, the artificial stones, brighter, they decided to expand the city's growth through the mines to the north side of town. So the north side of town always existed, but it was abandoned during the time of darkness.
I see.
And in the last 10 years, it started getting re-inhabited. The area of town that is dark right now was light at least 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are expanding into this town and modernizing it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is part that had already been modernized and lit, but now it's dark again and we don't know why.
Yeah, you
Got
would
it.
see that there are lots of luxstone lamps and street lamps and lights in houses that are not lit right now.
Okay, I see.
They're not even emitting a dim light. It's just out.
Okay, which is a problem. Got it.
Yeah.
I turn my spooky spider head towards the group, real uncanny lack, and I say, "We got Pete's. There's Pete's over there. Look."
Pete,
You see?
there's a man named Pete over
No,
there?
his Pete's are out.
Who
You
is
see him?
Pete?
No, his Naomi.
What's a
Do you know what
Pete?
his Pete's? His Pete's.
Like
They're
a,
on the
like a cat? Like you on
No,
a cat,
like
you
the
could
thing
call
at
those
your-
Oh,
Pete's?
the
are you
thing at the
talking
end.
about
Pete's?
soil? Like peat soil?
Ooh, that's a
No,
good question, Brock.
no.
Yeah, are you talking about peat soil?
No, they're the
Or
things
like
that
a
are at
bog?
this. We're getting tied down. The things that are at the end of legs. Feet.
Feet?
All right, if you want to get technical, there's feet over there, and I point. There's someone over there.
Oh, well, should we go say hi?
Brock, maybe
I just
use-
realized I point with one of my spider legs. I keep forgetting. I'm a spider through that whole
How
conversation.
many goggles are on the spider?
Only I've only got one pair, and the goggles did probably stay on me, so they're probably just on the frontmost pair.
Heard.
I think I look at Naomi for like, not really like permission. Well, I think this is like Daiya's first time like really like in the dusk.
Yeah.
Like she's like
Probably.
been near it, but I don't think like she's ever like been in it because I think she's been just like too freaked out to go in it, which
Yeah.
is why she was like so ginger coming down the mountain. Is that a word? Whatever.
Yeah.
No, ginger's a word.
Yeah, no, I know it's a
No,
Thank you, Katie.
gingers
No, I know it's
exist.
a word.
They're real.
Gingers
Okay,
exist.
God. No, I don't think so. I feel like I've never seen one in real life. It's like a vampire. I think she's like, I feel like she's so nervous right now. So I feel like she's looking at Naomi kind of for like, I guess like for maybe permission. I know like she said maybe not permission, but I think maybe for like permission to like go poke the body? Question mark, question mark.
Yeah, you would see that she is kind of pulling out. You know, she's a ranger, so she's got her quiver of arrows as well as a bow on her. You see she's pulling out an arrow and wrapping some cloth around it. And she looks to you, Daiya, and she says, kind of gesturing over to Blossom, I don't know how she does it, but... And you see she lights just a little like flint and steel that she has on her and sets the end of the arrow on fire. In this space, feels like an entire campfire has been set ablaze. The brightness of it is very apparent in this moment.
Does it do anything to like the mist?
You watch the mist kind of like retreats into like a 10-foot sphere around where the light has been lit, and everything seems a little clearer, and you feel like you can move a little easier through it.
Oh, that's nice. I get the first real look at Blossom as a spider, and I just kind of go, huh.
Oh, I know. I'm a sight to behold. I know.
No, the goggles on the front eyes are cute, and I just kind of am not making eye contact with her because it's like kind of scary.
Yeah, just make sure you keep your goggles on and keep your mask on, even though we're in this bubble. You know, things can change pretty quick.
Yeah.
Naomi is going to kind of turn to you, Blossom, and say, do you mind if I fire this over in the direction of the foot before we move over there?
No, please. I mean, I just think that I'm not really dressed currently to be the welcoming committee, so might as well have your arrow do the job.
Fair. You see she draws back the arrow, fires it, and as she does, you watch as the mist kind of like parts, the dusk moves in the wake of this arrow, and it lands in the stone right next to where that foot is, and you watch as the light illuminates that area of the dusk. It retreats, the dusk retreats, and you watch as the foot disappears behind the wall.
Okay, so that person is alive and or something is alive next to them and grabbed it. I take out my hammer and I'm just sort of like gripping it with both hands even though I don't need to, but
I start moving in that direction. I go, yeah, and they're getting away from us.
Yeah, I follow the giant big ass spider.
Can I, if there's a way to move so I go like over the top of a building instead of like around so that I'm kind of like if I were playing Fortnite when I'm sneaking up on a team, I go on the roof.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to pull a Fortnite maneuver. Well, I'm a radical gamer if you haven't heard. And so I would like to put some of my gaming knowledge to the test.
Absolutely. I would say in your spider form, and you have that kind of more movement than most people even have, you would be able to kind of crawl up on top of any of the buildings on either side of the street that you would want to. I would say, however, that the way that the north side of town is structured, moving between buildings and staying on the roof will require athletics checks to jump from roof to roof because it's a considerable distance between them.
That makes sense.
Heard. As you all walk through towards the fire arrow, what are each of your passive perceptions?
13.
14, I think, is my passive.
Okay. As you two are walking through, the sounds of the dusk are apparent as you move further and further into town, moving towards this foot. But you both arrive, as well as Brock and Naomi, at the foot, or at least the building near the foot as well, Blossom, or where the foot was, where now the arrow is. Would each of you give me perception checks?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a dirty 20.
Oh, 23. Thank you, 23. Spider.
Heard. The both of you would look and see, as you kind of are looking around the corner where that foot went, you see stacked along that wall just outside of the 10-foot range, you would see 6 little reflective dots just past the edge of the dusk.
Oh, I don't like that.
Floating in space behind the dusk.
Hmm.
And you would see them all moving in unison
Ew.
as you hear the sounds of breath, choppy and labored.
I look over at my party and swivel my head and turn my multiple glinting eyes over to them. And I gesture to my face and I say, do we think it's maybe kind of this situation?
I don't know. Do you feel like a kindred spirit?
I don't know if I've ever felt like a kindred spirit. So I think that maybe that might just be something I'm not capable of. But that's some soul searching on my end that I maybe need.
That's okay.
As you speak and you're like, maybe this, you think it's a this thing, you would see that the little orbs go out in different intervals and open and come back in different intervals. And you would see that while there were 6 originally, you would start to count and guess space-wise that there may be closer to 8.
Hey, I don't like that.
Maybe it is still one thing, but they're just really good at winking.
Maybe it's like 4 things and they're all blinking at different times.
You see Brock is hiding behind the wall. He looked the first time and got really scared, and now he's stiff. Think like Kronk, like moving along the wall, like he's posted up.
He's so brave.
Yeah. Naomi is posted by the arrow that has the fire lit, and she has another one drawn, and you see that she is checking the fire on the arrow as it starts to dim, and you watch as the dusk becomes a little more encroached, and you watch as these blinking dots get closer and closer.
Light, Daiya, do you have a light?
Yeah, if you'd like to do something before it goes out, you would have equivalent of like a round before the light on the arrow goes out.
Daiya?
Can I cast Firebolt on the arrow to try to make it still be lit?
You can. I would say that you would recognize that the little cloth that she wrapped around has been burning down. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll just cast Firebolt at the thing.
Okay.
I mean,
And
I
just
think
sort of
honestly
see what
that's
happens.
we're about at that point. I don't think I can't cast spells while I'm a spider. I can't cast spells. So
Oh, that was almost a nat 20. Hey, that's a 4.
A 4, and you're casting
What? So
to try
what-
and hit something out there?
Well, yeah, I would say yeah. It's like my range. The range is 120 feet. So like, I think I'm just so freaked out by the multiple eyeballs that aren't my friend that it sort of like hits something adjacent to the spider ? Maybe
Okay.
creature.
Yeah, you fire this firebolt. What does it look like as you fire the spell?
Flavor wise, I think Daiya has these like gauntlet sort of things on, and like a little something like comes out and it's like kind of like attaches to her, and then it just sort of shoots out, but my hand kind of like jerks at the last second.
Heard. As you fire and your hand kind of jerks at that last moment, you watch as the firebolt shoots out towards the little orbs. You watch as it kind of whizzes and wisps in between anything that it could have hit. And you watch as it does so, the dusk kind of moves around, and you would see that all of those little dots kind of flittered and moved. And you would see that these things that these dots are attached to are these ghostly, gaunt, skeletal bodies that have been kind of mutated and morphed. And you would see that even though the dusk dissipates, as they kind of catch up with the dusk to try and stay away from the light, you would see that they have dusk coming out of their mouths and out of their ears, and it's almost like it's puppeting these bodies as they seem to be fueled from the inside by these. And you see that their eyes are completely reflective like a cat's, and so they almost dissipate and go away in their face when the light goes past them. So it's like they're only visible.
I see that, and I run over next to Brock. And I'm like gluing myself against the wall that he's on.
You see Naomi, who had an arrow cocked and was kind of ready for the fire to go out, looks to you, Daiya, and goes, if you're gonna do something that dumb, you gotta hit. And she's gonna fire an arrow, and everyone's gonna roll initiative.
Yay!
Yeah.
So cool.
She's so cool.
Fuck. That's a 3. I have negative initiative.
You have negative initiative?
Because I have armor on. I have like a heavy armor on.
That's crazy.
So I roll stealth with disadvantage.
Well, it's not stealth. It's not stealth. It's initiative. Oh, but
Well, yeah, but I think that's where that comes from or whatever. Oh no, because my dex is -2.
Oh, it's your dex. Oh, that's so funny. I got a 16.
I got a 3.
3. Daiya, will you roll for Naomi? She gets a +5 to initiative. And Blossom, will you roll for Brock? He gets a +1 to initiative. Actually, no, sorry.
10.
He gets a -2 to initiative in his stone form.
Naomi gets a 10.
A 10? Oof, rough roll for her.
Yeah.
I know. What happened to our star? Back on the bench.
She'll get a surprise round hit this one time, and then it'll be back
She'll
in
get
the
him next time,
order.
sport.
Exactly.
Brock got a 6.
First up in initiative after Naomi attacks. So let me roll for her attack first. She is going to make her bow attack, which does not hit these creatures. She gets a 13, does not hit. You watch as she...
That's such a cool line that she said, and she didn't hit.
She fires, and it just barely whiffs by one of these things. You see as they kind of, unlike with the light that came from your firebolt, they do not jitter away from it. They just stay completely still as it whizzes by them. They seem unfazed by that. Next up in initiative is Blossom.
I feel like they should be phased.
6. So I'm a big spider.
You are
I'm
a big spider.
A huge spider. So I have one thing and one thing only I can do. And that is to bite with my big spider jaw.
Heard.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to skitter and I'm going to crawl and I'm going to get up close to this thing.
Heard.
What does it look like?
Yeah, as you get up close to this thing, they almost look like walking skeletons with just a thin, almost translucent layer of skin kind of draped over their skull, and they have dusk kind of seeping out of all of their orifices as if it's kind of whirring and whizzing inside of them. You would notice that they are all wearing some sort of like armor, or whether it's leather or metal, it all kind of varies. And they all have like kind of battered and broken weapons that seem to be of like found weapons. Some of them are holding like rakes or clubs. And then there's one that is holding a sword that is kind of the front facing one that doesn't move. You would also notice that the one that's holding a sword that doesn't seem to be moving, there's another one that is kind of mirroring its movements that is also holding a great club, like a large club. And they are both wearing similar armor, but the rest of them seem to be kind of ramshackled together. You would see that there's a total of 4. So there's 2 that look similar, 2 that are kind of ramshackled together.
Do we think, would I have had any experience with these things before? Have I come across things like this in the dusk?
Ooh, good question.
Or are they
I would
brand new?
say roll a history check with advantage, and we'll see.
Okay. Just because I'm curious. Ten.
Okay, so I would say that you have experience with these things. You wouldn't have anything to categorize them as, but you would remember a time before you started working with Tom, you had a different assistant. And you took him out into the dusk and you were searching for something, and in the middle of the night you heard a shriek. You took that as he is a lost cause, no point and no use in checking on him. So you went back to town. You then came back to this space about a week later in the area to do some more gathering of items and equipment with Tom about a couple days after you hired him. And you would have seen in the exact same spot where you were once camping, the gaunt skeletal body wearing the same clothes of your previous assistant taken over by the dusk. And you would have seen that he was sitting exactly where he would have sat if you were sitting at camp with you, and was clocked you immediately. And you and Tom had to attack him you did not kill him, but you had to attack him to get him kind of off of you guys so that you could run away.
Oh, guys, I know what this is. I'm sorry. I know exactly what these are. It's a bunch of Tonys.
A bunch of Tonys?
Well, I had an old assistant named Tony, and I left him out here, and he died and became this shithead. So I've just been calling this type of creature a Tony in honor of him. So these are a bunch of Tonys.
They cloned them?
No, that's not what I said at all. I named this type of creature a Tony in honor of my dead assistant or maybe it was... Oh, shit. Was it Bobby? Was it Bobby or Tony?
You don't remember what his name was?
It ended with the E.
God, you are despicable, Naomi says as she's scrambling for another arrow and knocking it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, listen, sorry. I don't even know why I'm yapping to you when my jaw should be full of Tony. And then I open and I crunch. I attempt to crunch down on the nearest one. So I'm going to make an attack roll.
Ew, I bet that skin has such a gross texture.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's like slimy and also brittle.
It's like when the fried chicken skin peels off of the chicken breast.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah, but that tastes good.
That's a 9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
Oh, wait, sorry. That's a 10 to hit.
10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Absolutely
Positive.
Crazy. Question. I know that we said that table rule I can use my sneak attack in my animal form. Can I also use my cunning action, which is just my bonus action dash disengage? Okay, great. I'm gonna cunning action to disengage then. And that'll be my turn. And I go, y'all, that one's on me. I dodged it the last second because I realized it would taste really absolutely awful, and I think it was a bit of a subliminal thing. I didn't mean to do that, but I just didn't have the will.
You see Naomi has knocked another arrow as the end of your turn comes around and the beginning of hers lines up, and she goes, "They're whites," and fires an arrow at this new foe. As she seems to have maybe a more categorized title for what these creatures might be.
His name was definitely not White. It was Tony.
Not his name. It's what the creature is. Whatever. And she's gonna roll to hit.
You say potato. I say Tony.
She gets an 11.
I
does
think
not
I've heard
hit.
that before. Oh my God.
She fires, misses, does not hit. She goes, "Damn it!" As you watch as these creatures start to chitter closer with every missed hit.
Incredible work. Way to show me how it's done.
Next up is Brock. You see Brock is standing behind the wall. He goes, I don't want to fight them. I'm scared.
No, you can do it. I believe in you. You're big and strong, and you have a hat now.
Yeah, what's the point of the hat if you're not going to be a warrior?
You see the spectral hat appears on top of the stone form that he's in. He goes, you're so right. He turns around and you watch as he just like robot Autobot like runs into these two. You see that he is
Terminator.
extra slowed. He does not have great speed to begin with, and now you are completely engrossed in the dusk. So he's extra
We're watching
slowed.
the Terminator on slow-mo.
Yeah, but he is able to make it to the first armored white, and he's going to attack as he kind of gears up to slam into this.
So their names are Wyatt? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, maybe it was Wyatt. That doesn't sound
Yeah, maybe
right.
that's what
but
it was.
I think that
It was
I think I knew a guy named Wyatt for I think we ate peanuts at a bar once.
You see Brock right before he's about to hit goes, wait, so should I not hit him? Is he your friend?
No, you're good. Do it.
Okay. And he
was kind of a shithead.
He slams into this guy with an 18, is gonna hit. And he is going to do some bludgeoning damage.
Woohoo!
I'm so glad that we have this child soldier to fight our battles for us. It's really convenient. I'll be the first to say. Send children back to the mines, I think is the lesson here.
True.
Put them
all
back
right.
in there. They're so small.
He does
That's right.
12 damage as he slams with the armored kind of one of the two identical-ish looking ones and is going to slam it into the wall. And you watch as the different gemstones that are kind of embedded in his body start to light up as he gets closer to making contact. And right before he makes contact, you watch as they emit a little magical kind of shield or like cover over his fist, allowing him to do magical damage with his physical attacks. And you watch as he slams it into the wall, and you watch as this white kind of like screeches out in pain as it is slammed into the wall, and that hurts this one. So next up in the initiative is as you were walking towards the feet, there was something that you did not notice until now, which was there was a darker, thicker cloud of the dusk kind of moving independently of the rest of the dusk. And you watch Blossom as you have missed this first bite attack and disengage, and you step back. You feel yourself bump into something a little more physical, but it's not the wall of the house. And as you turn, you see a thick amorphous cloud of dusk, which has little strands of magical energy moving throughout it. And you watch as it kind of expands and is going to try and surround you.
Oh shit, it's a Patricia.
Can you make a DC Constitution saving throw? You're trying to beat a 13.
DC 30?
13.
Okay.
I was like, we're only level 3?
There you go. 13.
Make a DC 30?
No. I got to critical failure.
Oh no!
Okay. Oh gosh.
Hey Dellan, did you
okay.
figure out what would happen if we die in the second episode?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Oh
all right.
God.
So
No, I got my backup character, Awesome Nebron, already.
They're not related.
So
Yeah.
you are going to take 9 necrotic damage.
All right.
Your hit point maximum is reduced by 9.
Does that happen? Because I am currently wild shaped.
I would say it reduces your non-wild shaped form by 9.
Ew.
So your wild shaped form takes no damage. But if you continue to take this necrotic damage in this form when you're out of wild shape, your
I'll
physical
die?
form will drop. Yeah.
Okay, so this is damage that my spider form doesn't take this damage. My okay.
Yeah. That's how I'm gonna do that. So you can keep taking that damage, but once your actual form goes to 0 with necrotic, then you drop out of wild shape and you're making death saving throws.
And my new max is -9.
Yes. This is a classic long rest fixes it type beat.
Long rest fixes it.
Yay. Alrighty. You feel the dusk seeping into the spider form, and as it does, you're like, whatever, I'm not bothered. And then at the very core of your wild shape being is still your heart, like your being and your magical essence, and it saps and draws away from you at your core as you feel your being blossom takes damage, not the spider form. That is going to be all on its turn, and is going to move on to Daiya.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm being microwaved.
Oh no. Okay.
They're getting the Canary.
I see Brock being very brave and running into the middle of everything, and I am going to do the same with my hammer, and I am going to run in there and try to hit one of these Wyatts. God damn it. Does a 12 hit? Jesus Christ.
Does not hit.
So bad. No.
What do you mean? We're doing great.
I miss. I like trip over myself and I whiff really hard.
You absolutely whiff on this Wyatt, and as you do, you watch as it chitters away. While you're making this attack, can I ask you to make a investigation or a perception check?
I don't know. I've been rolling like shit for the past 20 minutes. What am I doing again? Investigation or perception?
Perception.
Perceptigation.
13.
As you make this check and you are swinging on, are you swinging on the Wyatt that's already been hurt or a different Wyatt?
A different one.
Okay. Are you swinging on the identical or the one of the other two?
Probably the identical.
Okay. So as you
I want to be brave like Brock.
Yeah, as you go to swing on it, there is a moment that you piece together that the armor that the one that you're swinging on and the armor that the one that Brock swung on and hit, they seem to be married pieces. They look like they were made at the exact same time for two different people, but they're supposed to be seen and experienced together.
Huh.
And as you kind of are making that swing and realize that craftsmanship, you would notice that there's also almost always on pieces like these, a signature somewhere on the piece that lets you know either who is wearing it or who made it.
Ooh, okay, cool. I shout out, they were married. And
what? What the fuck? What a thing to say.
Fall over.
Who do you mean?
The Wyatts, they were married.
What?
And then we have to check them and see if they signed their armor.
This is great. Oh, so we're just calling them Wyatts now? Because Naomi said so?
Well, that's what you said the name was. So why wouldn't we do that?
All right, they're Tony's. All right, but why do I care? Why do I care that they're married?
I don't know. I think it's kind of sweet.
Oh, so this is just a flavor sort of thing and not really a mechanical sort of advantage. Got it.
I mean, I'm assuming that they were people if the person that you left, or if your old person was in the dusk.
But there's lots of different people that have been left in the dusk, you know? I don't know if they're necessarily Tony. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I duck.
Dusk,
whatever
dusk
else is
comes for
happening.
us all, youngin'. Dusk comes for us all.
I don't want to look like this.
Well, that's your future. Wear sunscreen.
Oh, God.
All right, as you have whiffed this attack, we move back to the top of initiative order, which are going to be the Wyatts. They are all finally going to chitter forward towards you, and they are going to, well, I'd say the identical matching set person that has not been hit is going to go for Daiya. The other two
That
are
makes
going to
sense.
go for Brock and Blossom. So, Daiya, this first attack with the Great Club is going to be, a natural 1. Does not hit. You watch as it swings with its Great Club, still kind of seems to be having a hard time with the necrotic kind of control that the mist has over it, or the dusk has over
Okay,
it.
tit for tat.
Next up is going to be the attack on Brock. Is going to be a 21 to hit. You watch as it comes up with basically like a shovel and ding, just like kind of slams into Brock. It is going to do some bludgeoning damage.
My boy.
It's
No,
going to
the
do
baby.
4 bludgeoning damage to Brock. Okay.
No, Brock.
All that Daiya is thinking about right now is that she brought her friends into danger, like, immediately, and she feels really bad about it.
Can't take responsibility for everything, kid.
The next one is going to attack Blossom.
No.
And you watch as it attacks from a distance with a short bow.
I take it back. Why did Daiya put me in danger?
No! You
That's
just said don't take it all on me!
That's fucked up. Daiya, this is all your fault.
It's a 22. Is that going to hit?
No. Yes, yes, it does hit. It does hit.
Heard.
You bitch.
This spider has triple armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
hits. It hits.
9 necrotic damage. However, this is not the life drain that the other one was. So this damage is done to your spider form, not to your blossom form.
Got it. It pops my abdomen like a balloon.
Yeah.
One of my
You
segments.
Oh my
just
god.
bursts.
And then you're just legs dangling off a
Ugh.
loose abdomen.
Yeah.
Horrible. That is going to be the and then the white that was in combat with Brock is also going to attack Brock.
My boy.
Gets a 2 to hit, does not hit. All right, next up in initiative. You see the whites are screeching as they move towards you. Blossom, you're up next.
Oh no, my ass popped like a balloon. But I still have 2 hit points as my spider. So as they say, biter's got a bite. Can I?
They
so
do say that.
I'm in this fog, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to dash out of the fog as a bonus action, and then
out of the fog that attacked you.
Yeah, can I get
Heard.
out of it?
Do you grapple?
Because I don't know, but I can dash and disengage as my bonus action if that makes any sort of a difference.
No, you can dash out of it.
Okay, I'm gonna get to as far as my little spider legs can get me. I'm gonna go to whatever enemy's furthest away because I hated that.
The
Please
one that
don't
fired
attack-
the bow.
Yeah,
At you would be-
I'm a sprint towards him
Heard.
with 4 of my 8 legs because the other 8 are attached to the part of me that popped. And I'm gonna go as fast. I'm gonna look like an utter horror show towards this one, and I'm gonna try to bite Tony's head.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Crashed 11.
11 does
Oh my
not hit.
god.
Damn, y'all are
I-
rolling like absolute.
I'm
brutal
rolling
right
like
We
now.
are rolling like ass.
I'm rolling like asshole. All I eat is dirt. Is dirt because I'm a dumb idiot and I'm a little baby and I don't even deserve to play D&D. I want to go home. I want to win. I want to win the game.
Blossom, as you go to attack this person that shot the bow at you, you would notice that just beyond where you guys are fighting right now, you would notice several more of those little reflective, probably upwards of 20.
Y'all, I think that maybe this is a we should get out of here situation because there's more Tonys afoot.
Do we all see this?
I would say right now, just Blossom. Let's see.
I just
right.
communicated it with my mouth hole. So y'all know now. I brought y'all into the know.
You see Naomi says, we can take them, as she knocks another arrow, and it will
Naomi,
be her
I
turn.
don't know if you've ever hit something with that arrow so far.
Shut up. I hit the stone right next to that guy's foot
That's what she was aiming for.
as she goes to attack.
All right. Well, in that case, I have a piece of constructive criticism about maybe picking different targets. I think that we have a party member that's now a rock that might take some offense.
Naomi fires, misses, and you watch as it spins past the white that she was trying to hit and then goes into the crowd of like several little eye bulbs and completely whiffs all of the bodies that are in their crowd as well. Just no hope at hitting anything. And you see she takes her bow and she just slams it into the wall a couple of times. It doesn't break it, but she's clearly pissed.
Daiya thinks her aunt is like a little less cool now.
Yeah, you see Naomi is like, get it together, Naomi. Daiya's here. Get it together. And Naomi is cool on, but the minute she gets pissed, it is problematic. Like, dude, she's like, God, like smacking her head, slamming her bow against a wall. Just like
true middle child, like tantrum. Yeah. Just like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Next up in the initiative is Brock. Brock is going to try and punch this Wyatt again.
I love that like the 8-year-old is the only one that's hit so far.
True.
I know.
And he's going to hit again.
This is exactly what it's like with me. This is exactly like Fortnite.
He got a 19 to hit, which is going to hit.
The 12-year-old
exactly like
I'm
Fortnite.
out here whiffing, and the 12-year-old's getting a victory royale.
He's going to do 11 damage. And you watch as the Wyatt that was wearing armor, you watch as he charges up another kind of magical punch, and he punches it into the wall, and you watch as the Wyatt's skull is crushed, and the body falls to the ground, and he turns around and goes, I did it!
I give him like a huge thumbs up, and I'm like, great job!
Incredible. And see, the only thing to fear was fear itself.
Oh, you're so right. And he goes over to you to give you a high five.
No, thank you. I've seen what those
bonus action high five.
No, thank you. I have seen what those mittens are capable of, and I have 2 hit points in this body. So
I back up from the Wyatt I'm fighting and jump up and give him a high five.
He gives you a high five,
and see,
and it's wonderful.
Don't we love that Daiya is on high five duty, so I do not have to participate.
Next up is the mist. The mist is going to make its way over to Naomi, as it is going to wrap around Naomi and try and attack. Naomi's going to make a Constitution saving throw. Her con modifier is...
I hope she gets it.
+1, and she does not have proficiency in this saving throw. So, would you, Emiko, roll a d20? You're going to add 1. She's trying to beat a 13.
God damn it. That's an 8.
An 8. She does not save, so she's going to take the full damage, which is going to be...
All the Daiya is thinking about is, it's my fault this happened.
Daiya, why did you do this to your aunt?
Oh my God, I don't know.
I just thought if you really love her, you wouldn't have done this to her.
She's going to take 12 damage.
Wow. And see, and that's rough. That's really rough.
That
Daiya
is tough.
thinks that this is her inner monologue, but it is you behind me just talking into my ear.
Yeah.
You watch as Naomi is surrounded by this mist, and you watch as her life essence is sucked away from her, and you see the tendrils of magic moving through the mist kind of pulse with energy.
Ew.
As they steal from her, and you watch as
pulse.
Her hit point maximum is dropped from 16 to 4.
Okay, we need to leave like right right fucking now. Like, everybody disengage and we have to leave. Brock?
Next up in initiative is Daiya.
Yeah, Naomi, we gotta get out. We got kids here.
We have kid here.
I'm doing fine. You see as he's gearing
No, I
up,
know,
ready
you're
to
doing
fight the next Wyatt.
No, you're doing great.
No,
I am worried.
Brock, you're the one we need more from, and I'll say it. Naomi, we got kids here. We gotta disengage. Fall back. Live to bullshit another day.
Yeah, I'm gonna also. I'm gonna disengage.
Grab your aunt.
You would see there is a house nearby that seems to not have any broken windows or doors and has a door closed. If you're trying to get like the nearest place where you can shut a door and seemingly be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
try to
about-
hoist my aunt over my shoulder.
25 feet away from you.
Oh, great. And I have 15 feet of movement?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And then, so I'm gonna hoist her up onto my shoulder.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me as you hoist her up there because you're going to be trying to move. It's not going to be a crazy high check, just to kind of get her body on yours.
I got a 9.
A 9. Okay.
Fuck.
You watch as you try to hoist her up and you are unable to as her body kind of
Can
falls
I use my
behind
second
you.
wind?
What's your second wind do?
Oh, I can use it to regain hit points. You regain 1 extended use when you use it. Yeah, I can't. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would get this feeling that
I
you
hate
could,
having one attack. This sucks.
Oh yeah, because you're used to playing a monk.
you would either stay and endure a round of more attacks, which would allow you to be able to maybe protect your aunt from taking attacks, or you could start your movement towards the safe space.
Can I try to drag her instead?
You
Or
can. Your movement
that
would be
extra
halved
have
again.
my movement.
Yeah.
Then I am assessing the situation and I am going to try to strike. I'm gonna
see
put
that
my hammer
Brock-
away.
Brock, his movement is still halved, but you know that he is stronger than you. He is hearing and clocking that you guys are saying he has to run.
Brock,
Okay.
Brock, you gotta come help carry Naomi. You're strong.
could grab her.
Yeah, you gotta.
could grab her.
I know you could. I know you can.
We switch spots
Daiya, you go.
and I'm gonna go for a Wyatt, and I'm putting my hammer away and I'm gonna reach my greatsword. Oh shit! Did I just? Oh, I don't know why I just rolled a performance check. That was crazy.
Well, you wanted to make sure you looked really cool while you did this fun.
Okay, at 22.
maneuver.
22 to hit the Wyatt.
Yeah.
Are you hitting the matching set Wyatt that still hasn't died?
Yeah.
That is going to hit. Don't roll your damage.
Fucking God, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a 9. That's 9 damage.
All right. You do a pretty considerable amount of damage as you
Okay, cool.
attack it. What do you attack it with?
I'm attacking with my greatsword.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, that is the end of your turn. Back to the top of initiative. It is the Wyatts. One of the Wyatts is going to attack Daiya. The other one is going to attack. Brock, and the other one is going to attack Blossom. So, Daiya, you are first. A 23.
Guys,
to hit.
we're doing
Fine.
it.
Yeah.
We're triple critting. They're just critical failures, but we're triple critting.
We're critting in the opposite
Guys,
direction.
we're critting so hard. We're critting all over.
It's going to do 10 damage to you, Daiya. Next up is the one going to attack. I'll do Blossom next.
No.
Does a 10 hit
No, thank you.
Blossom?
Oh, I don't think so. No, a 10 does not hit. I'm too strong.
Okay, so it whiffs, and then Brock is next. It gets a 15, which is going to hit Brock. Actually, no, it is not going to hit Brock. My bad. His armor class is 17. So Brock is also missed by this other Wyatt. The Wyatts all screech out towards you, and we are going to move forward in initiative to Blossom.
Hey! Well, I think I'm gonna do what I did last time I met these guys, which is run the fuck away. Nasty. This is why I left Tony here. I am going to run away, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to dash and run even further away. And I go, catch you on the flip to my party and to also the Tonys, and I run as far as I can.
What?
It's fine. You look like you
it's
got
20. It's going to be It was 25 feet from Daiya, so it's going to be about 30 feet from you, the house that Daiya saw.
Okay, great. Well, and that's, yeah, I should be able to make that because I get 20 feet of movement and then I'm dashing.
Great. So then you are able to make it to the house. In your giant spider form, I don't know if you're able to make it through the door.
Ooh, that's a great, and I already used my bonus action to dash.
I would allow you to drop wild shape in this turn to get through.
Okay, I would like to drop wild shape.
So then you drop out of your spider form and you are able to open the door and get into...
Yeah. I am so much smaller, so immediately.
Love it. Next up in initiative is Naomi. Naomi is hurt bad. She is going to stand up and she is going to disengage from the mist and try and go 15 feet just to get closer to the building. And that is going to be her turn. But you see her kind of gesture to Brock, like a come pick me up deal as she moves towards the building. Next up in initiative is Brock. Brock is also taken up, so he is going to have to disengage. Does not have 2 actions.
I hate having 1 action.
I'm going to give him an athletics check to be able to pick her up and hopefully continue forward with his movement. He gets a 2. You watch as
God
Brock
damn it.
is moving towards her and he reaches down to grab her and pick her up, and you watch as he just whiffs picking her up. Like, he doesn't look down to pick her up. He thinks he's just going to be able to reach down and grab her, and he doesn't, and he finishes his full 20 feet of movement, getting closer to the house. He's at 5 feet distance from Naomi.
My lord.
And 5 feet from the house.
My lord, protect me from the idiocy of men. My lord.
Next up in initiative is the mist blob. It is going to...
Oh no. I don't like that.
Oh no, I don't like this. Don't go after Naomi.
It has 2 options.
No, don't go after Naomi.
Because it cannot sense constructs, which technically right now
is Brock.
Brock is a construct. So it has 2 options, which are Naomi and Daiya. I think it would sense that maybe Daiya has more hit points and more life to drain. So it's going to go to Daiya and do so. Daiya, I need you to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God, for the love of God. Thank God. 15.
15. Okay. So on a successful Constitution...
Oh, sorry. Wait, not 15. Wait, hang on. 17.
17. Okay. You feel as it wraps around you and starts to try and take from you, it doesn't seem to be able to grasp onto you at all, and you feel no hit points taken from you, and no damage is done to you. On a successful save, you are able to tough out this mist. You've seen it take from 2 of your party members so far, so you're kind of able to guard yourself and protect against it, as it does not succeed and cannot drain from you this round. Next up is
I tense my core really hard. Wait, can I hellish rebuke it even if it didn't work?
I believe it has to be an attack and do damage to be hellish rebuked. I could be wrong, but I believe that is the wording. Hellish rebuke.
When you take in response to taking damage from a creature that you can see within 60 feet. Yeah, okay. Cool. It's my turn? Okay. I see everybody retreating. I am going to try one last time to get these combatants, give them a little extra time to move. So I am again going to hit with my greatsword.
What are you hitting? One of the Wyatts?
One of the Wyatts. So okay, I'm gonna describe what I would like to do. I would ideally like to hit this thing, and if I get enough damage to kill it, I would like to grab the part of the armor that I know would have an inscription on it and rip it off its body and then book it back to where everybody else is going. I think at the same time, so I'm going to raise my greatsword, and at the same time, my greatsword starts glowing like orange, and I'm going to invoke my fire rune.
Whoa. Okay.
And so this only happens if I hit a creature. So let's see if I hit first, actually, before I do anything.
Roll a hit.
18?
18 hits for sure.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck
okay,
yeah,
cool, sick.
fuck yeah.
Okay. Okay, sick. Okay. I'm gonna roll damage for this really quick. Okay, that's 7, and then with my fire rune, that's an extra 2d6.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So basically, what you see, all the Daiya is thinking about is that she got her friends into trouble, so she kind of does like a, I don't know how to, I'm gonna fucking butcher this, but you know what like a Kamehameha is, or whatever the hell that is from like Dragon Ball Z? Like she's gonna kind of do that, and her whole sword engulfs in flames because she's so pissed off that this is what's happening, and she goes and she attempts to like cut the head off of this thing, and she just says, "You hurt my aunt!" So that's 7 plus 5 damage.
Okay. You watch as Daiya, even though Blossom does not see this, your aunt and Brock both see this as you kind of channel this sword full of flaming energy, and you come swiping in just like a scream.
You hurt my aunt!
And you land this sword right into the torso of this thing, not quite killing it, and then you like reignite the flame rune, and you watch as the shackles come up and chain this thing down at the wrists, and you finish the cut through the torso, and you watch as its entire body chars away and its armor falls, and you see the inscription piece fall separate of the rest of the armor, and you are able to pick it up and take it with you.
Sick. I grab that and I tuck it under my arm, and then I'm gonna action surge and start moving back towards the house with the door.
If you use your action surge to dash, you would be able to make it completely.
Fuck yeah! Wait, would I be the first one to get there if I did action surge?
You would be the second. Blossom was
Okay,
on the
I'm already
outside.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, shit.
Catch
okay.
up.
Wait, fuck. I don't want to leave my aunt out. I don't want to be the second one in there.
But Brock's there with the aunt.
Can I action surge to try to grab her and then try to drag her?
You can make an athletics check for me.
She'll be fine. Just get in. Come on, kid.
No, I have to do this. 18 on the die. Let's go, baby. +4.
You grab your aunt, you tuck her underneath your arm. The other arm has the inscription piece, and you make your way into the building with your aunt. That is going
Brock,
to be
get in here.
the end of Daiya's turn. It is now going to be the white Wyatts, the white Wyatts, just the Wyatts.
Yeah, so the Wyatts. You said
going
it.
to try and catch up and attack. One of them cannot catch up to Brock. The other one is going to attack from a distance. And it gets a 17 plus 4 to hit. It does hit. Brock is going to take 8 damage, but he is doing
Baby
just
boy.
fine right now. Next up is Brock in the initiative. Brock is going to finish his movement, poof, 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 slide into the door, slam the door, and you are all going to be out of initiative as you hear the chittering, chattering Whites and Wyatts cross over you and seem to head off into the direction that you would know to be the light side of town as they start to move about the dusk in separate directions. Some of them go to the town.
I know the listeners
some
can't
of them
see this,
off.
but I hate the way that your arms are moving when you
Yeah.
when you describe
I did just
them.
do
It's so
a
icky.
very real cringe. Are we out of
Yeah.
initiative?
You are out of initiative. You are all inside. You see that Naomi is feeling bad. She's feeling sick and absolutely drained, her body gaunt of life. She is currently sitting at a maximum of 4 hit points until you guys do a long rest.
Okay. The first thing
Do
that
you think we could do a long rest like in here?
give me a second to put some defenses up. All right. And Blossom's going to like strike with the fire starter some sparks. And then she's going to cast elementalism to sculpt the fire. I can sculpt it into a shape that can fit into a 1-foot cube. So I'm going to shape it like a middle finger, and I'm going to put it in the and I'm going to put it in the window. And I'm going to go, now nothing will come in.
You feel the dusk dissipate from this room. And as soon as you do, you start to look around and you see that there's stuff in this house. If you'd like to search around for a moment. Right now, Naomi is kind of propped up on some of your own bags, your own supplies, and she is sitting there weak.
Ah, cool stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm like feeding her like water as much as I can. But I very visibly am wanting to try to like look in the house, but I'm like looking back in the house and then like making sure that I'm not like drowning her. Like
Yeah. She's drinking some of the water and she looks to you, Daiya, and she says, "Check the house. I'll be fine as long as nobody stabs me."
Okay.
You see Brock goes, "I'll sit with her." And he pops out of his stone form and sits Spectral Kid like crisscross applesauce next to Naomi.
I go to pinch his cheek and then remember that I can't, and then just sort of whiff a little bit and then go, okay. And then I like
Thanks.
Get up and I go look around.
He pinches his own cheek. Goes, thanks.
Yeah.
I go over to Naomi and I say, so it went inside and grabbed you, right?
Yeah.
All right. So not something a simple spell is going to fix.
No. You see that she even takes out like a small red vial, very, very tiny, and she kind of pops it open and drinks it just to test. And as she drinks it, you watch as the healing magic of this effectively like a Goodberry health potion. Like it's just for one hit point type stuff. And she drinks it and you watch as it kind of flushes down. She seems to get a little bit of life and then she coughs it back up. It's like there's just no more. This is her new max. This is her the best she could be.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna check the perimeter. That should need, and I gesture over to the middle finger. That should need re-upped in about an hour. So if it starts to go dim, just give a shout.
Will do.
Okay.
As you two start to search, will both of you roll me investigation checks, I would say.
Investigation.
16.
And that's a 10. You know, I think what I've learned about Blossom in this session is that she just doesn't really like looking at things.
That's all right, Blossom. As you both start to search around and look for things, you find that there are lots of various kind of belongings to whoever owned this house before things went dark. You see some kind of maybe some family like drawings or illustrations of a full family. You see 3 or 4 kids, 2 parents. You see 2 gentlemen, seemingly 2 dads. You see that they are wearing clothes reminiscent of the 2 less powerful whites that you encountered.
They were married.
Almost the same. However, you would be searching around and you would notice that there is a pile of things, a pile of bags that seem to be much newer, that seem to be for not just like family use. As you see these 4 bags kind of piled up in a corner. And as you go over and start to rifle through them, I would say, before Blossom, you realize, Daiya, you would see the kind of names and identifications on the bags match the names that the contract said you were looking for. As you see that Kel has a bag, you see that Celine has a bag, Jojo and Trunks all have bags labeled in this house.
I find my Uncle Kel's bag.
What are you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have just left it
Daiya,
here.
what are you looking at?
This is my family. Well, this one, but this also is everybody else's bags that we were supposed to be looking for.
No, not that one. The one with the
I hand over.
one with the stars on the front. Give it over.
Yeah.
Blossom, you would see that the one with the stars on the front, you'd see belongs to Celine as you hand it to Blossom. And Blossom, you
it's
take
got
that
the stupid
bag.
keychain. Come on, give it to me.
Well, these two have stupid key. Okay.
No, that's a very that one is a sophisticated keychain.
This one's like a teddy bear.
Yeah,
and
that's
and this one is
the
like...
teddy bear's the stupid one, obviously, and it wasn't for me. Give it to me.
Okay. And I hand it over.
All right. I rifle through Celine's bag.
Yeah, you start to rifle through Celine's bag. You would see a couple of noticeable or like notable things that you would know she would always carry with her. One of them is a bag of whistles. These are various different whistles that are etched into different kind of elements, right? So one made of wood, another made of stone, various different things. And the one made of wood, you would notice, is in the shape of a crow. And you would know that she uses this whistle to call her animal companion to her aid. You would see that in her bag, she has a rations container that is emptied. You would see that in her bag are also her smaller weapons. You would not see Celine's infamous kind of rapier that you know she uses. It's not here, but like her daggers, her smaller items are here. You would see the contract that she had from Willa for her job, and you would also see a small bag of gold in the bottom of the bag.
She just left all her shit here. Irresponsible.
They all did. Do you think something took them? I mean, the reason that they just left all their stuff here. But, I mean, it looks like they took all their most of their weapons, I guess.
I don't know.
You would see, Daiya, are you checking Kel's backpack?
Yeah.
You would see inside Kel's bag and realize that maybe part of the reason Kel was on this job, you would see a collection of small artificer's tools, like a beginner's kit for electrical fixings. You would see that none of it has been touched and none of it has been used. Yeah.
Shit.
You would see similarly emptied rations. You would both notice that these rations bags are about for a week's worth of rations. You would see inside your uncle's bag as well, there is a couple of ripped parchment pages from a notebook that he has. And they are folded up and kind of stuffed in it's a notebook that wraps around with like a piece of leather strapping. And you would see they're tucked into the strapping, not inside the book. And you would see that written on them are to Willa, to...
Tharden?
Yes. Yeah.
Whoa, look at you. You're like a computer.
Well, I have
crazy.
the thing right in front of my face.
Yes, yeah. To his.
Oh, I
to
forgot
his,
that you have a literal
partner.
family tree.
Yeah.
I have it literally printed out.
To their partner. You would see the two forms. And then to strangers.
No.
Written.
No. Okay, I take the whole bag and I drag it back to Naomi. I'm sorry. I dragged us into here. We should have gone to the other side. But I found Kel's bag.
You see she goes to grab it.
Yeah, I let her.
What's in it? And she starts to kind of rifle through it. Where's
I'm like gripping the notebook with like all the, like, for lack of a better word, letters in them.
You see she goes to grab that. Do you let her grab it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that Daiya wants to know what's written. At least not right now.
You watch as she takes the Willa letter and the stranger's letter and leaves the other one and opens them up and begins to read them. She closes the Willa one, rolls her eyes, and then opens the stranger's one.
Okay, well now I have to read the Willa one.
You see she hands it to you as she reads the stranger's one.
What does it say?
You read the Willa letter and it says... We were sent to check on the town. The town was doing fine. They let us into their good graces. and they treated us with kindness. The lights went out. The people got panicked. A kind family has taken us in, but we can feel the dusk encroaching. If you find our bodies, just let our families know what happened. If you don't find our bodies, don't try and find them. And then the final message is, if the sunstone flickers again, if the lights go out again, we need to have a plan.
Daiya starts tearing up on the line of, like, if you find our bodies. And I think the initial thought of, I don't want to know what they wrote to Tharden, dissipates, and I think she rips into that letter.
You open the letter to Tharden, and you see that it reads as so. To my dearest love, I have traversed this land for longer than I like to think of. Since meeting you, my desire has never been to traverse again, but rather to do what I must to ensure that my time with you is well spent, that you are cared for, that you are provided for. I wish never to return to a land of sun because I knew you not then. If I live in artifice for the rest of my life, it will be a life well lived. If the dusk takes me, I do not wish for it to take you as well. If it takes me, I'll meet you in another place. This is how it was designed. And then it is signed.
Daiya's like full silent weeping, and she looks up at Naomi to see what her face is doing.
You see that Naomi is reading this to strangers letter, and she just crumples it up. She says it's just the necessities so that they can let the family know, and tosses it over her shoulder.
Okay.
Well, I think we can agree that all of that's a bunch of bullshit.
You see Naomi looks at you inquisitively. Bullshit?
Bullshit. If you can't find our bodies, don't come after us. What do they know? Now, as far as I can tell it, if we found their bodies, that would be one thing. But we found their bags. So something took them or they left in a hurry. And they didn't know what was going to happen to them. And we don't know either. So there's no use writing them off when we don't know what we don't know. So yeah, it's a bit of bullshit.
No, you're right. We should stay here for a little bit and then recoup and go back out. I think we should try to go to the light side.
Yeah.
You see Naomi looks to the two of you and she says, if we rest, if you both stay here and rest, if all four of us stay here and rest, we cut our deadline to Willa by a considerable amount. Do we have time to waste like that?
But you're hurt. We've only been here for an hour.
You see she pulls out a collection of supplies and she says, I can make fire for at least another day if I need it. I could camp out here and be perfectly fine.
I'm not leaving you. Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm suggesting that cutting our day by 8 hours, by cutting our deadline by 8 hours so that we can all rest up, feels a little short-sighted.
Daiya, you hurt?
No, I'm okay. I mean, not great, but it's fine. I'm not.
Brock.
I don't
Brock.
want to leave you. I'm not.
Brock, you hurt?
A little bit, but not bad. Like, I'll be okay.
I'm about the same. Now, Daiya, Brock and I are going to go over to the light side and talk to some people. Because we've tried talking to the dead, and they got their mouths shut. So we're going to make an attempt at the living, because usually they talk prettier. Now, like I said, this is your adventure. So you get to decide now whether you want to move forward or whether you want to stand still.
Daiya looks at the letter and looks at Naomi. And I think before she answers, I think she's going to look at the piece of armor that she grabbed and look for the signature on that and see if that gives her any insight on which she should choose.
You look at the piece of armor, and in similar etching to what you saw inside one of the bags, you see JoJo Holler written on the armor. And your mind flashes to the pair of Wyatts wearing armor that seemingly went together. And you think of the infamous Holler twins, Duskwalkers and adventurers.
But I didn't recognize Kel as one of them.
You did not recognize Cal in the group.
Okay. I mean, I don't like the thought of leaving you, but if what this piece of armor is telling me, then maybe, I don't know if Kel is still alive, but I know that the twins are gone. That's what this is from one of them. And then the other one had matching armor too, so...
You see Naomi looks to you and she says, well, if Cal wasn't one of those things, then they must not have been at the same place at the same time. So maybe they're out there.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, Are you sure you're gonna be fine alone?
She pulls out her bow and she knocks an arrow pointed at the door and like strings it down and crafts a little like system where she can cut a string, fire an arrow, and she has 2 daggers at her side. And she posts up facing in a strategic spot facing the door. There's no windows or somebody could break in and see her. And she asks Blossom to move the middle finger closer to her.
Here, this makes sense. It should be by you.
She goes, thank you, and puts it down at her side. And you watch as she, in between taking guard posts, starts to whittle at anything wood that she has on her and adds it to the fire.
Okay, I give her my tinderbox and torch from my adventuring gear, because I can make fire with my body and my artificer stuff. So I give her as much fuel as I can to keep a fire at bay. And as she's notching her arrow, I just think back about how much she missed, and I just try not to think about that, because I'm like, okay, well, if I think about how much she missed, then I'm not going to want to leave. And then if I don't leave, I'm not going to get answers on where Kel might be.
This isn't my first rodeo in the dusk, okay?
I know, but it's mine, and I don't want to be without you.
Naomi looks to Blossom and says, it's not hers, though.
It is not. You ready?
Naomi says, you're in good hands, and she sits back and rests.
Okay. And you have all of my tinder and my tinderbox and all of
I'm
the
gonna
things
be
that I gave you.
Fine. And if I'm not, that's okay too.
Okay. I walk over to, I'm assuming there's beds. I walk over and I grab a blanket from one of the beds and I put it around her shoulders just for extra. I know this isn't gonna do much, but
I appreciate it.
I don't know. It makes me feel better.
Great. Now, you're wasting time. Go.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Okay.
You see Brock jumps into his stone golem form, and he stands up and goes, "Ready to go."
Okay. I put Kel's letter in between. I pull out a bunch of shit from my bag, and I get like a notebook, and I press it in between a couple, like in the middle of the notebook to keep it safe. And I shove everything back in my bag, and I saddle up, and I stand up towards the door.
You saddle up and stand up towards the door. You begin to walk, and as you walk out the door, Brock follows closely behind, turns around to Blossom, and says, "Let's go," and starts to move. And as he does, Blossom, you carrying that bag, do you drop it or do you keep it on you from Celine?
Oh, no, I have both my pack and Celine's pack over my shoulder. And I think with my hand, I trace one of the stars and I head towards the door.
As you trace one of the stars, you feel the open kind of zipper front of the bag and see that there is a small letter or a piece of paper that has Tom's name on it.
I think I don't want to say stealthily, but maybe nonchalantly kind of pull it out and unfold it very, like, not to draw attention to myself from the others in the room.
As you unfold it, you walk out the door, you hear Brock kind of aggressively slams the door, just leaving the house. And you walk behind the two of them as you gingerly kind of and gently open the letter. And you see that this is a letter from Tom to Celine that says, "You're never going to believe me, but it's every night. Your name is on her lips, and she thinks of you." And you see, he says, "She's going to kill me if she finds out that I said this. But it's more important that she's happy than I am alive, period." You see, he signs it, smears the wet ink, so his name is almost illegible, but forgot that he said it was from Tom at the beginning of the letter.
Oh, shit.
As you all begin to walk towards the light side with a gentle ember held in Brock's hand, keeping the dusk away from you, we are going to amorphously go back into the house with Naomi for a moment. As the door is slammed shut, the two bags to the Holler twins, which were standing on each other, rattle and fall. And rolling out of both bags are a pair of vials, empty, that read, "Blossoms, Luminosities, Dusk Prevention Juice," as they roll out empty on the floor. And that is where we will end our session for tonight.
Oh, no. They took my juice.
Oh, they took the juice.
They took the juice. Okay. That is going to be, we can't spoil too much because we got to go do some tidbits, but thank you all so much for listening. We will catch you again on the next episode. If you want to hear us talk more about what happened this episode, you can join us on Triple Crit Tidbits, our after show where we talk about each session after we play it. So catch us over there. But for now, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Triple Crit. Our dice rolls might not have been the best, but at least the bits were better. Special shout out to our incredible composer Jeremy Weinstein, whose music you've listened to throughout this episode and probably right now. You can follow him at J_Weinstein_. That's at J_WEINSTEIN_ on Instagram. Please give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fix from. It would really help our podcast grow. If you'd like to follow us and you haven't already, our podcast Instagram is at Triple Crit Pod. That's TRIPLECRITPOD. You can follow me at emilou.co. That's EMILOU.CO. Everywhere that matters, and follow Dellan at Shellen_Dort. That's SHELLAN_DORT. See you next time.